Yes, sir. Good. Good job. Ken, sticking with the title, the noise?
Yeah.
All right. Tell me what you think.
Have you ever been woken in the middle of the night by a noise, but found you were too sleepy to figure out what was going on, and you had to make decisions, and you couldn't make decisions, and you didn't know what was going on because there was a noise, but you weren't clear-headed? That happened to me this weekend, and I learned something that even you might find useful when you hear about it. This weekend, I went to Galena, Illinois, for a romantic weekend with my girlfriend. Some of you may know Galena is one of these towns that has been repurposed, shall we say, as a tourist attraction for those who are interested in buildings from 1860s, 1870s, 1900, kind of a turn of the century town. And it is a very interesting view of small town America of more than 100 years ago. And Selena and I went there. She thought that would be a romantic weekend. After a 3-hour drive, not a hard drive at all, we got to Galena, and we were staying in a bed and breakfast. A bed and breakfast in Bernadice's Stillman House. And Stillman House was the name of the house, built around 1860 by Stillman, who was a rich merchant in that area. And it looked like one of these picture postcard houses, red on the outside with white framing all around the windows and a cupola on the top. Really a very picturesque kind of thing, something you wouldn't see here in Chicago. We chose that because when we had looked at the pictures of the rooms, they were romantic. Now I don't know what that means, but Selena said it was romantic, and I said, okay, that's good enough. I saw a bed and a room and the windows. That's romantic? That's romantic. So we were staying in one of those romantic rooms with 4 posts and some kind of covering hanging around the sides. Nice, different, feeling like it was 100 years ago. Middle of the night, I hear a sound. And I thought, Ken, what was that? Are you dreaming? Like most people waking up in the middle of the night, I couldn't think it through. I just said, I'm going back to sleep. I went back to sleep. Maybe, I don't know how much time passed, but it seemed like a long time. I heard it again. Just once. Ken, what is that? Hey, Selena, did you hear that? What? Okay. So I lay there for a while. And then, it seemed like a while. It could be 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Beep! Same thing. What? But then Selena was up. She goes, it sounds like a smoke alarm. A smoke alarm, when it goes off beep, beep, or a chirp, chirp. It doesn't go a single beep and then shut off. And I couldn't think this thing through. I mean, it's the middle of the night. It was about 5 in the morning. And then we hear in the hallway somewhere, beep. What is going on here? And then somewhere else in the house, Selena, what is happening here? I don't know. I think it's a smoke detector. I don't know. Smoke detectors don't sound like that. So there it is, middle of the night. We're trying to think this thing through, kind of dopey. And Selena says, well, call Dave. He's the owner of the house. He said call him any time. Selena, it's 5 in the morning. Call him any time. So I call Dave. Hi, Dave. It's Ken. He wasn't too sharp either. I think the smoke detector, and just at that moment it was, beep! I said, you hear that? You hear that? Oh yeah, I heard that. I'll be right up. Okay, so now we're kind of awake. We're figuring, all right, at least Dave is coming up. Maybe he understands what's going on. Dave comes up with a ladder and only wearing a bathrobe. Okay. This should be interesting. So he proceeds to set up the ladder under the smoke detector, which is high in the wall. And Selena says, Ken, he's gonna flash us. I said, Selena, don't look. So sure enough, he gets up on this high ladder. He figures, okay, it must be the smoke detector. You know, puts the battery in like this. I'm going, oh, this is a nighttime experience. Puts the battery in, and the sound stopped. It must have been a Galena type of smoke detector. I don't know. It didn't chirp. It didn't signal the way it normally did. It just gave that buzz, but that made it stop. Abe went back to bed. We went back to bed. But I learned something really important. Technique that you should remember. You know what it is? Change the battery in your smoke detector. Yeah, don't wait till it goes bad in the middle of the night. Now, if you don't mind getting up in the middle of the night and going, what was that? Well, don't do that. But when you change the smoke detector battery, you'll find you can have a good night's sleep, unless you have to get up and go to the bathroom. But that's something else. And that was what I learned in the middle of the night.
Great job.
Good job.
I actually have